Welcome back, trainers. So the raid event has begun. We're going to be going over that here in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about a message that somebody found here. I will have an image on the side that is going to be from the game press. They just noticed this. Personally, I went into a trade screen to have this message occur for myself, but I couldn't see it, but that's okay. They found it, and we're going to be going over it because it's a very big deal. So, as we know, special trades can only occur once a day, right? That's going to be legendaries, Pokemon that somebody doesn't have already, shinies, things like that. And it's kind of, can be a little bit annoying seeing that you're holding on to so many of these and can only do one of those trades a day. And sometimes you don't even do those trades, right? So personally for me, I actually, let's go ahead and pull these up, marked all of my Pokemon to trade. So whenever I do go to GoFest or meet other people or just trading in general, they can just take a look at things that they want. And now they're actually marked up. A lot of these are going to be special trades like the Mewtwo, the legendaries, the shinies. A few others in here are just going to be simply older Pokemon or things I just don't want. And they're just taking up space and I don't necessarily want to just transfer them. So that message was, as you can see here, that you're going to be able to do multiple special trades at certain events. Now I'm assuming this is going to be for GoFest, Dortmund, and then the one in Japan and probably others as well. But this is big news. So when you do go to these events, personally, meet up with people, you're not going to have to just do one of these trades and be done with your special trade for the day, because you're going to be there for multiple hours, seeing people that you possibly have been waiting to meet for a long time. And then they go and ask, oh, would you like to do this trade? Oh, I'm sorry, already did a special trade today. But with this new feature that Niantic is implementing, you're going to be able to do multiple trades, special trades, right? And that is amazing. Going to finally be able to get rid of a whole bunch of these shiny Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, trying to get luckies. And if they don't become lucky, that's fine. I just want to trade them off, maybe just memorabilia for somebody else to hold on to, and it's going to be nice. And that is going to be a big A+. Good job, Niantic. If that is what it is, I'm assuming it's pretty clear as day as to what they're hinting at towards the meaning of multiple trades, unless you're at a certain event. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention because I'm very hyped about that. I have a whole bunch of Pokemon here, multiple Feebas, including, I have another one I need to give to somebody, but these are even, I still have more. I found one at an event, and I found multiple for that Feebas day, so we're looking great. A whole bunch of other Community Day Pokemon with their Community Day moves. And yes, I'm willing to trade these off for equal value, right? So we can possibly get lucky there. I do evolve multiple of these Community Day shiny Pokemon and or Community Day move Pokemon, as you see in the Blaziken as well, and they're up for trade because I figure people are going to want these, and if we can get a lucky, hey, why not give it a shot? If they have one themselves that has bad IVs, we can do, a mirror trade. So that is something to take note of. Don't transfer all of your shinies. Oh, I mean, I don't need to tell you that, right? But I personally transferred about 50 shinies today. I just can't hold on to them anymore. I mean, as you can see, I have plenty of bag space, but I don't like cluttering up my bag with a bunch of low CP shinies. What am I going to do? Just hold on to these forever? But since we do have possibly coming in the future for events, and since I am going to GoFest, I will be able to make sure I trade some of these Pokemon that only can be traded once per day. So just take note of that. Just wanted to bring that to you before, I don't know, maybe you're going to go to GoFest or probably to Dortmund or something like that. Hold on to special trade Pokemon, and if you're thinking, well, I don't need to hold on to all of these, I'll just keep a few of them and do a few trades. But apparently it's going to turn out to be more than just one a day. I'm assuming, I wouldn't say unlimited, but possibly, right, if you're at one of these events. And yes, I have a couple of these legacies. I mean, there's a bunch of legacies. Oh wait, I can't even trade this one. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's already been traded from Scarlet. So all right, so there's another one though, Thundershock, but you get the picture. And if you are not aware, we do have shiny Bronzor now in Pokemon Go. This can be found in raids currently and possibly in the wild too. So if you're wondering, are we going to have increased spawns in the wild? Well, no, not exactly. How about increased shiny odds in the wild? I don't think so. I think they're just dropping them in the raids, and you'll just have the opportunity to possibly get them there. So it's going to be a pretty good, solid investment for the Great League if you do like PvP. So just make sure you take note of that. Not to mention having a shiny is going to be pretty cool for this Pokemon as well. I'm glad it's finally getting love. And if you see my video about a week ago, I said this was my first shiny in the main series game. So personally, I really hope I get one of these. I'm going to go out there and do some raids. Haven't really been out grinding for the past month to 2 months how I should have, but I'm going to start picking it up and get my dust going yet again, because I wasted quite a bit of Stardust on a lot of those Blazikins for that community day, buying the secondary moves, which wasn't a bad investment, but yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. Anyways, we do have this new shiny in Pokemon Go, so keep an eye out for those raids. And what you should be looking out for this specific raid, extraordinary raid week as they call it, we have tier 1 raids with Machop, which can be shiny, Slackoth, which is a normal, Shinx, shiny, Bronzor, which is the newly added shiny. So those are going to be your level 1 raids for this extraordinary raid week. Then for level 2, we have Mischievous, which can be a shiny, Curlia, which you should be holding on to plenty of those for a possible future community day. We all have our fingers crossed for that one, right? Mawile, which can be a shiny, Vivas, which I know a lot of people obviously are looking for, so keep an eye out on that and inform your local community when you find one of those raids so they can hit it up themselves. Clamperl as well can be shiny, and Barrel. I mean, yeah, I don't know how you feel about that one, but it's there, right? And then for the tier 3 raids, we have a Alolan Raichu, which can be shiny, Chansey, which, you know, is nice, you know, if you're trying to get those Blissies to drop in a gym. Scyther, I personally am going to be hunting those because I still need my shiny. I wanted that one so bad. I caught every shiny under the sun during that event, but that. Aerodactyl, which I caught during the Scyther event and can be a shiny in those raids. And then you have Floatzel at a tier 3 raid for the first time, I do believe, so that should be pretty fun to go out there and give it a shot. I don't know, man, these raids are really broken currently, so doing extreme challenges with like 2 Pokemon or maybe even 1 Pokemon, depending on how easy that raid is. Scyther, you can do it with 1 Pokemon if you have a weather boost. I did that with Rampardos, so that was pretty fun, but a lot of errors. We don't need to go down that road, but we all know they're really broken. Hopefully Niantic can do something about it. Really losing motivation in these raid challenges, and it's all because of how broken the game is. So for the tier 4 raids, we have Alolan Marowak, which can be shiny, a Dragonite, Tyranitar, Absol, and Metagross. Absol can be shiny as well. Unfortunately, Tyranitar cannot be a shiny. Same with Metagross. I don't know how I feel. I mean, Tyranitars it's for the candy basically and for the items at this point, because we already have our community day ones. If you're new to the game, then sure, doing those are pretty fun, but they cannot learn that exclusive move. Same with Metagross, and having the lesser one of the Metagross is just, I mean, the Meteor Mash is just extremely outperforming the regular one. So just like, but it should still be fun to do because, you know, seeing it in a raid, items should be good, especially for the newcomers, right? As well as the candies. Features, if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Bronzor, okay. Bonuses are going to be ×2 Stardust and ×2 Raid XP. So ×2 Raid Stardust is going to be pretty good. Make sure you have a star piece on if you're hitting a bunch of raids with some friends, especially if they are in an evolved Pokemon like Dragonite. You'll be yielding a lot of Stardust. Same for the Tyranitar and the Metagross. So that's something to take note of as well. Features, the number of raids of all levels will increase during the event hour. Now, this is the raid hour. This is going to be from Wednesday, May 22nd from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So they're just going ham on these raids. I understand. It's okay, I suppose. Pretty neat, but we'll see how that works out. Lapis Raid Day. Now, this is something very exciting. We're going to go over counters here in just a moment as well for these Lapras, so you can run through the raids as fast as possible. The Americans, Greenland, Europe, and the Middle East, Africa, India. It's going to be on Saturday, May 25th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we're going to have that 3-hour period. If you are new to Pokemon Go and have not experienced a raid day like this, I wouldn't call it a day, I would call it a raid period. It is going to have every single raid that people actually see. So say you're 2 hours into the raid day and you go to an area where nobody has looked at the gyms, then those raids are actually going to spawn a raid for 3 hours, even if it goes past that 2 p.m. time period. So that's something to take note of. and a little trick that you can do. So possibly if you're in an area where you know people are not going to be, go over there, look at the raids, and then you will have a whole bunch of different raids, I suppose, that can surpass the original time. Asia Pacific is going to be from Sunday, May 26th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So there you go. And you can also get 5 free raid passes if you do spin photo discs. So take note of that. It's not going to be like you could sit at one gym, spin it, and once the cooldown is up, spin it again, you'll get another free raid pass. You're going to actually have to hit 5 different gyms, which should not be a big deal, but that's pretty neat, right? Getting free raid passes as well. Features: the transport Pokemon Lapras will join raid battles for this event. Receive up to 5 free raid passes from gyms at no cost. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Lapras. So that's not all, and I do not know why they did not include the other deal for this whole Lapras event, which is going to be you'll be able to get its old legacy moves, including Ice Beam. So shiny Ice Beam Lapras, yes please. And if you have lucky friends, lucky trade, and bingo bango, you're going to be able to get yourself a lucky shiny Lapras legacy moveset. So that is going to be quite exciting and quite the prize to have. Although I personally am going to want one for the Great League, so I don't necessarily want to use my lucky friend trade to do this and completely max it out. Although dropping Lapras in gyms can prove to be a good gym defender, so take note of that, especially possibly Ice Beam getting stab on that move. So there you have it for the raid week. I know we went over this, but going to bring you the fresh news right away since it just started. So go out there and see if you can find yourself possibly a shiny Bronzor and get excited for the Lapras Day. Alright, and yet again some more news from the Game Press. I will have a link to their Twitter in the description if you want to go give them a follow. Some good stuff over there. So these are some pretty good tasks, and then we're going to go over the counters for the Lapras fairly quick here because it's not really much we need to talk about regarding that. So the task: win a raid for a Bronzor. Alright, that's great. Win 3 raids for Absol. Alright, and that can also be shiny, same with the Bronzor. Great. Win 5 raids for a Charge TM. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Can we see that task stick around forever? Win 5 raids. I mean, seems a bit tedious for a Charge TM, but I will take it. Better than nothing. So there you have the new tasks for the raid week. Alright, now let's go ahead and go over counters for the Lapras Day, or the 3-hour period here, in which Pokemon you want to use. Now, it's going to be week 2. Electric, Fighting, Grass, and Rock, okay? And personally, what your best bet is going to be is Machamps. Right, Machamp all the way. I have a massive set here. Now, I did power up a whole nother team, so I could duo it with somebody else during the Giratina time when that was out, because I didn't really want to revive them. I wanted to just go in with a full new team, and seeing that we had that fighting event, I was able to trade a whole bunch and receive a bunch of luckies, as you can see here, and simply power them up. So a lot of investment in those Machamps, because they keep coming up as something you want to use over and over again for these raids, and they're very solid for now. Even if it gets outperformed in the future by possibly Conkeldurr in Gen 5, these are still going to, I don't think it's going to be like outperformed like way out there. It's still going to be very viable. Anyways, so there are those regarding the fighting types. Now you can also use Tyrannitars with Smackdown and Stone Edge. Now if you're like, okay, well I don't have Smackdowns, but I do have Stone Edges. I don't have that many Machamps. Can I still use my Tyrannitars with Bite and Stone Edge? Sure, why not? But just take note that the Smackdown is going to help you a significant amount more to get through that raid a lot quicker. But if you're with a group of people, no big deal. You should be okay. But Tyranitar's looking great as well. It's Rhyperior here. The bad thing about the rock types that you need to take note of is the Lapras can have Surf, which is going to be super effective to you. And especially Rhyperior is going to be double weak, because it's going to be ground and rock, which both of those types are weak to water. So it's going to be going down quick. So rock types are probably not going to be your best bet to go with, but they're still a great option. Rampardos, of course, magnificent here. Smackdown, Rock Slide, looking great. And then you have your Zapdos. If you have the Thunder Shocks and the Thunderbolt, Thunder Shocks are going to be those special ones that we did have during its specific raid day. So those are going to be nice. And if you have a shiny one of those, a little fancy there, but it doesn't really look too much, different. And then you have Raikou, which is also going to be a great option. The Thunder Shock and Wild Charge, it's not going to be taking super effective damage from any of the moves. Zapdos will with that Ice Beam. I don't know if the Ice Beam is going to be on it, though, to be honest with you. I don't think it is. I'm not too sure, because the Gengars didn't have it. The Zapdos didn't have it. If I'm mistaken, forgive me, but I'm pretty sure they don't have those legacy moves or those special moves when you're fighting them in the raids. And that's going to about do it. I mean, for the grass types here, grass is not going to be your best option, right? Because it's going to have, well, it could have Blizzard. I mean, that's not legacy, so you may see that going up against it, and in which case your grass types are going to be going down fairly fast. You have Magnezone, which will be able to resist the ice moves, so Spark and Wild Charge will be its best moveset and what you want to use if you do have some of these powered up. It should be nice, you know, new edition, Gen 4, pretty cool. We've all been waiting for it for some time, so go and give it a shot and throw it on your team just for the fun of it. And then we have Blaziken, yeah, none of the special moves because Lapras is not going to be weak to fire, but Counter and Focus Blast, still a great option here. And then it's just going to kind of teeter down. Toxicroak is a very strong fighting type Pokemon if you have it completely maxed out with Counter and Dynamic Punch. This one has Poison Jab. We need to get rid of that. There we go. That's better. All right, so there you have it for the counters, folks. Best bet is going to be Machamp, and then possibly Raikou, because Raikou is not going to be taking super effective damage from any of the Lapras moves, and then you can just choose whatever you want after that. But personally, for me, I'm just going to go in there with a full team of Machamps. Simple as that. And with that said, trainers, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're wondering, I see people saying, how do you have a Garchomp already? Well, I invested rare candies into a Gible that did not have great IVs because I just wanted it. I didn't care. But here's what I plan to do. I want to hopefully get lucky friends with somebody, and if they're committed to doing this idea, fingers crossed for one of the people on my friends list to do this with me, but if they could invest the rare candies in it themselves, make a Garchomp, and then we have that lucky guaranteed trade, and then we can just trade those and we'll have lucky Garchomps. Probably shouldn't have, you know, invested the rare candies right away and just traded Gibbles or Garbites. Gabite. I don't know why I keep throwing that R in there. Jeez, Poke, what's wrong with you? Say the name right. All right. Anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm doing with the Garchomp, and it just looks amazing, just awesome. I did not want to wait around for a good one, and in the Great League, it's not looking too amazing. You're better off using Gabite. Simple as that. Anyways, trainers, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Good luck out there with those raids and trying to find yourself a shiny Bronzor, and as well as getting those tasks that will give you a charge TM. Ooh, let's see where we can find those, if they'll even show up. Take care, trainers, and be safe out there.